happens all too often around the holidays, taking that extra bite of food or dessert even when you know you're already full. But today we have some tips on how to stay healthy this holiday season and try, keyword try, not to overeat. Christine Jenson is here with us this morning. You are a registered dietitian. Thank you for being here, Christine.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah. Now, it happens to me every year, and, you know, kind of November, December, like I said, I just say, you know what, I'll hit the gym when I can, but this is kind of my 2 months to splurge, enjoy all the cookies, enjoy the turkey. But, yeah, I definitely have had that experience where you're way too full, and you go for that last bite, and you're like, why did I do that, you know? So how often does this happen? I mean, how often do people come in and tell you, how do I stop overeating?
Well, it happens really often, and I heard your colleague saying earlier, you know, it's just a free-for-all for those last 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel that way, except that when January rolls around, everybody's thinking about those New Year's resolutions. Again, yeah. What am I going to do now? How am I going to fix this situation? So you can definitely enjoy the holidays, but we got to tweak a couple of things and make some changes so that overall we don't end up with as much guilt at the end of the year.
Okay, so let's talk about portions first. What's something when you're going down the line and you're at your aunt's house or your grandma's house and they've got all this great stuff out there, what are some of the decisions you need to make as far as getting good portions on your plate?
Well, the nice thing about Thanksgiving and Christmas is that we have a bunch of foods on the table, so much to choose from, so you can really play with your portions. Again, you want to fill your plate with nutritious foods, so having your vegetables be a large portion of your plate, and then having some smaller portions of other things, and then some healthy protein, again, is going to create a more balanced meal.
So go big with the greens,
exactly.
Okay.
And then you want to eat slowly so that you have those cues for your stomach that, okay, I'm full now and I've had enough, and then maybe have a bite of dessert later. But the quick eating in front of everybody and just kind of overdoing it is troubling.
Right. Now, I want to talk about, too, the balance of your meals the rest of the week. Because a lot of times, Thanksgiving's Thursday, so by Tuesday, some people think, oh, I'm going to have really light meals leading up to Thanksgiving. But that's not necessarily healthy. Talk about how you balance your other meals throughout the week.
Right. Well, you don't want to overeat one day and then, you know, skimp the rest of the week, but you can have more wholesome, nutritious meals the rest of the week. Maybe throw in some more exercise, take a couple more walks, and it'll end up balancing out with your Thanksgiving meal. Because as registered dietitians, we always teach, you know, it's really about the whole week. It's not just about one meal or one day, because the weight gain is gradual and it happens over a long amount of time. So if we can kind of keep in perspective what we're doing the rest of the week, we can get a lot done.
And of course, a big favorite in my household is always the leftovers. But how do you keep the leftovers healthy as well? What are some of the, I don't know, things you can come up with?
Well, we also have to be careful about food safety, so don't hold on to your leftovers too long. That's number one. But there's a lot of recipes you can make. You can make panini with your leftovers, sandwiches, turkey, vegetable soup is a great option. Soups are pretty low in calories. You can throw in a lot of nutritious ingredients. So those are some good options. And anything that's more creamy is going to be obviously higher in calories. So your casseroles, your creamy dishes, you kind of want to minimize those.
Okay, and then of course dessert. For me, it's the highlight of the whole dinner. But is there certain times where you should go without dessert? I mean, what do you think about that?
It makes a huge difference, the slice of pumpkin pie that you're going to eat.
Unfortunately,
So definitely
like
enjoy your pumpkin pie. It does have nutrition in it, but you know, maybe go with a smaller portion instead of a huge big slice, and you can still enjoy it. Maybe skip the ice cream on it, and at the end of the day, you'll be feeling better about it.
Now, I heard something about eating the turkey meat. There's certain parts of it that are better for you than others. Want to talk about that?
Absolutely. If you avoid the turkey skin, you're going to cut out about 250 calories on your average Thanksgiving meal. Because just like us, they stored their fat under the skin. So if you take that off, you're cutting out almost all of your saturated fat, which is great. So with Thanksgiving meals, you can eat as much, but eat more nutritiously if you just make a couple changes like that.
Right. Now, we have a little book here on display, Calorie, Fat, and Carbohydrate Counter. A great book. I actually have one up for myself. And why do you recommend these? What's good about these?
Well, what's great about this book, it's kind of like a database of all the foods that you prepare at home and a lot of the common fast foods and the ones that you can buy in the grocery store. So you can look up really quickly the calories, the fat, and the carbohydrate content. And they also have a great website, calorieking.com, that provides a lot of this comprehensive nutrition information. So if you are curious, if I make this at home versus if I buy it, will it be more nutritious? And you can kind of find that out really quickly.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for being here, Christine. Pleasure to have you. Good tips.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, for more information, go to our website, san diego6.com.